Okay, for your main project, what you're going to do is you're going to have a go at making a database which is basically going to be very similar to iTunes. You're going to have probably 3 tables, and what you want to look at is how you can save information about albums, artists and songs, and what we want to do is incorporate into that actual MP3. So if you go to a particular song by a particular artist, you can click on it and it will play that video. Now in a minute when I stop talking, you're going to see a little example video that shows you how one of these databases would work. What you need to do is you need to think about all the skills that you've picked up in this unit so far and how you're going to apply those to make your own database. So at the moment you've gone through all the stages, you've learned how to make tables, how to create forms, how to do search queries and so on. What you need to do now is you need to take those skills and you need to put them together and make your own database from it. Now there are a couple of things you won't know how to do because you haven't done them yet. You don't know how to put photographs into a database, and you don't know how to put MP3 songs into a database. So for those 2 things, there's going to be some extra little videos that you can look at in the video tutorial section that will teach you how to do those things. But for the rest of it, it's basically up to you. You have to make your own database now, and they're not all going to look the same. Yours won't look the same as your friends, okay? But I will be assessing how well they work based on the skills that you've picked up and how you've applied them yourself. So good luck with that. Watch the next little part of this video to see what I'm talking about, so you get a better idea of the kind of database I mean, and then you need to get on and start designing it. Good luck. Okay, what you're looking at now is an example database, very much along the lines of what you need to design. Obviously the colour schemes, the buttons and how it actually works will be down to you, but this is what we're looking at. We've got a main menu. Underneath main menu I've got 3 categories: albums, artists and songs. Okay, if I click on albums, it goes along to a form, and you can see here I've got some navigation buttons, and as I click through those I get the different cover album images coming up. I get the name of the album, the release date, which I haven't filled in at the moment, how much it might cost, and the genre, or basically the type of song, that album that it might be. And you see as I click through them I get the various information. So I've got about 10 different ones in here. Okay, I can close that form by clicking on this close button. If I click on artists, now I get to see some categories about the artist, so the country they're from. Gender is basically whether they're male, female or group. The artist, the name of the artist, and again if I click through it gives me information again. Now obviously you need to make sure that the artists you choose and the album titles and everything are all related. There's no point typing in artists if you haven't got an album, and then if you haven't got songs by that album, it's all a waste of time. So here we go, I'll close this one up again, so that's artists. Last one is songs. Now if I click on songs, I get the artist name, and you can see here that the artists have now been chosen from my artists tables. So this is a linked form, so I get the information about which person is singing which song. So obviously I need to make sure I choose the right person for the title of the song. Duration of the song I haven't filled in, but that's basically how many minutes long each track would be. The rating again is a drop down. It's up to you how you rate each of the songs, so you give it a value, whether it's a good one or a bad one. The album title again is a drop down, so this one's now taken it from the albums form, so you need to know again who it's coming from. So if it's Bruce Springsteen, then Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits sounds like a good match. And then finally we've got a hyperlink category. Now you haven't used this one yet, and there's a little video that shows you how to use hyperlinking, along with another video that shows you how to put the image album covers in. But basically if you come up to the each of these, I'll click through a few so you can see, but the name of the song changes. So there we go, Black Eyed Peas, I Got Feeling. If I click on that one, it'll give me a little message. I just say yes to that, and what should happen is it should open up that song for me. And the song will play with Media Player. I'm going to close that one down again now. And again, if I move on to a different song, I should be able to click on each one of these, and the songs are interrelated. Now all I've got is I've made sure that my database, I've saved my database into a folder, and in the same folder I've got my my songs. Okay, so here's the folder we're looking at. There's my database, which is open. That's why you can see this thing, a little icon here means it's open. I've got a folder full of MP3, so here's the actual songs that I've got in my database. And then I've got one called cover images, and there's the pictures that I've used. So as long as you keep all three things in the same folder, you can move this folder anywhere you want. The songs will still play, the information will still work, and that's the sort of thing that you want to do. If I close down each of these, I go back to my main menu. So obviously when I open my database, I want my main menu to be the first thing that opens, and you've seen how to do this already. And my last button just closes my database, so when I've had enough of looking through or entering my information, and again remember, you can enter new information. If you go into any of the categories, when you get to the final record, if you click once more, you get a blank one. I can now fill that in. I could start typing in new information about a new album and so on. And that's how you use the data entry forms to actually enter all your information through. Okay, so that's what you need to be doing for this project. Good luck, and make sure you look at this